I want to share with you a really simple word that I teach the ladies in my program, the ladies who've paid to be in my program. I want to share it with everyone for free this week. And it's one simple word that can keep you from being in the food battle in your head. I'm talking about the times when you don't really want to eat the cookie or the chocolate or the chips, but you feel such a strong urge, such a strong pull towards it. This is what's going on in your head. And I want to teach you one simple word that can help diffuse that battle, that inward food battle that can go on in your head, kind of like that tug of war. Hi, Carrie Nygaard here. I'm here to teach you how to get in front of your brain and manage it so that you're in control with your life as it relates to food and body from a place of peace and harmony and wholeness. I have helped and taught tens of thousands of women how to find this peace and control as it comes to when it comes to food and body. Okay, so here it is. So let's say that you've already eaten dinner. Maybe you've already had like some dessert, but all you can think about is eating another piece of that dessert. All right. So in that moment, you're thinking dessert or no dessert. What should I do? What shouldn't I do? Should I have some? Should I be good? Or should I be bad? Like these shoulds and these haves, these back and forth, this tug of war, this internal conflict, this battle inside your head. What's going on here is that you have a lower brain, and your lower brain is survival obsessed. And one of the ways that your brain seeks survival is by seeking hits of dopamine, and that can be found in food. We want to receive dopamine hits when we eat food. That teaches our brain, it reinforces a survival response of release of dopamine, which encourages us to continue to eat, to keep us alive, which is good. However, we have something in our day and age like refined foods, okay, that cause a larger dopamine response in our head. So we might feel an urge to continue to eat, overeat fruits and vegetables, but that's just not really likely to happen. What's more likely to happen is when it comes to something like chips or chocolate or something that's high in sugar and fat or a sugar and carbohydrate. Those are anytime there's like a sugar with fat, that can really emphasize the dopamine response. So when you're in this battle, realize that your higher true divine self, which is your prefrontal cortex, which is the part of you that you use when you make decisions and choices, that part is the part that you're using right now as you listen to me. You may not want to eat the thing, but you're feeling like it's being sold to you, like you're feeling like there's a salesman in your head. You're just feeling this urge towards the food. So if you say, no, we're not going to eat the food, the response from your lower brain is much like a toddler because your lower brain does not have the ability to reason. Your lower brain, the part that's seeking the dopamine hit, does not have the ability to reason. So similarly, just like with a toddler, if you say, no, you can't have that, what does the toddler do? The toddler throws a tantrum and it wants it even more and it's willing to go to even greater lengths. Very rarely would you ever see a toddler that say, okay. No, when they really want something, if someone just says no, then they're going to dig in their heels, right? And they're going to want it even more. This is the same thing that's true for that internal battle in your head. It's like the toddler brain and your true divine self arguing back and forth. Your lower brain does not know the difference between cookie and no cookie. It doesn't look at the no. It's just cookie or cookie, cookie or cookie. So what we want to do is use this one powerful word, and it's this, the word or. This is really powerful because this is how I want you to use it. And I get lots of feedback, especially recently as I've introduced this to the gals in my paid 12-week program. They said, this is so powerful. This gives me so much more ability to move on with what I want to do without that internal battle. And it's this. And let's pretend it's a cookie. And you see the cookie and you feel an urge towards the cookie. You say, I can eat the cookie. That's an option. It is an option to eat the cookie. Or I could move on with my day. Or I could eat carrots. Or I could go read a book. Or I could get in the car and head to where I decided to go. Or I could go take a nap. Whatever the or is, and you can, put something else in it. But what's happening is that when you're in the tug of war in your head between eat the cookie, not eat the cookie, eat the cookie, no cookie, all that's being triggered in your lower brain is urge, 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 urge. You're actually feeding the urge to become stronger when you engage in this tug of war dialogue in your head. But when you use the or, it pattern interrupts that dialogue and shows your brain that you have a choice. When you say no cookie, all your brain hears is cookie or no cookie, right? And it's still focusing, it's still main focus, whether it's cookie or no cookie, is still on the cookie. that's going to intensify the urge. We have to pattern interrupt that and show our brain what the option is. We can eat the cookie. It is absolutely an option. It doesn't make you good or bad. The cookie is not bad. It just may not be if you eat it, the way you're going to want to feel. Sometimes it is, but not necessarily. We want to make our food choices from standing in our own power for reasons that we like, not because of our lower brain, our lower toddler brain sending us food urges. And when you say or, it's redirecting that toddler brain. It's showing them what else was an option, rather than the option being no cookie, where the focus is still the cookie. So we can eat the cookie or fill in the blank. We can move on with our day. What's the next thing that we want to do? Or I can go upstairs, or I can go watch TV, when you give an or, it's redirecting the toddler. Anyone who's worked with a toddler knows that if you just say no, it just intensifies the desire. It intensifies in our brains the food urge. But when you redirect with the word or, it shows your brain the other option without the other option being still the focus, without the focus still being on the food, okay? So try the word or tonight when you've eaten dinner, or whenever you tend to snack or binge mindlessly. Oh, we can eat this, whatever it may be. Or we could, and give another thing in its place. Plan ahead of what are other options that you might want to do. Or we could just go to bed. That would feel good. Or we can go cuddle up in a blanket. Or we could go read a book, right? Or we can move on with our day, whatever the or is. But when you use or, it pattern interrupts that hyper-focus loop of feeding the urge to intensify. We want to put down the tug of war rope. We pattern interrupt with the word or. Give it a try. Let me know how it works for you.